Hello, Leah Lachlan here. I'm in my bathroom, and this is a quick training on our supplements. I think there's 9 of them that are 60% off in June. If you're watching this and it's not June of 26, don't worry about that part. This is just great training on those products and good product knowledge for you to know what products we have to offer, how they work, how you use them. I also made a separate video on the order of application. If you haven't watched that, check that out. I think if there's confusion with how and when and in what order to use our products, you won't use them. Like a real big key of skincare is having a routine that you know, that's consistent, that works with your week, that works with your schedule. And if you can establish that, then you can get in a good rhythm with your skincare. If there's confusion or you have not established that, then you're just not going to use them. They're going to sit under your sink, they're going to sit in your drawers, and you're not going to use them, and you're going to miss out on some really amazing products. So let me run through them. And this is like more of a quick overview, guys. There's more information to know about these products than I'm going to share with you because I want to stick to the highlights so that you can retain it and remember it. If you are a person who wants all the details, you can find them on InTouch and by Googling some of the ingredients in these products. But if you're somebody who's good with a good, just brief overview, and I believe that's going to help you retain it, then this is going to be what you need. So I'm going to start with Clinical Solutions because the entire Clinical Solutions is 60% off. Okay, not all of Repair, not all of TimeWise, it's Clinical Solutions that is 60% off, which is okay, we normally enjoy 50, and 60 is not that much more than 50. But dang it creates a difference in your discount. Like you could get active, you could do an active order and get active for about $180. Normally it's $225 at your cost as a consultant. Well, it's about $180 if that order entails all of the 60% off because it's still valued at the $450 retail, but because of the discount, it chips away at the price you're paying. So it's a good deal to stock up on these, start using them if you're not using them, sell them to to your skincare customers, offer them to people who haven't tried them before, stock up on them because even if you don't sell them all in June, like stock up on them for the next 6 months to a year because then you're making that additional profit because you got them at such a nice discount, okay? So yeah, so for $180, you can get active. You can spend a lot less than normal in June to get active. So that's a nice little benefit. So I'm looking at the products here thinking, what do I start with? So let's talk about Clinical Solutions. It launched 5 or 6 years ago, and it was our first entry into the dermacosmetics world. And before that, Mary Kay was not in the dermacosmetics world. So we entered into that world with our very first retinol 5 or 6 years ago. And dermacosmetics is the intersection of cosmetics and dermatology. So the products have similar ingredients and similar concentrations to products that you would get prescribed by a dermatologist or that you would go get at a med spa. So high-level skincare ingredients and that are very effective, that are at a higher concentration than some of our other products. Like some of our other products have had retinol in them for years. Like our Repair night cream has had retinol for years, but it's an encapsulated retinol. So I guess a way to understand that is just it's a lower concentration retinol, which the benefit of that is that your skin doesn't have to get used to it and your skin's not going to be irritated by it. Whereas a higher concentration one, your skin has to kind of get used to, and you may have some initial irritancy as your skin is adjusting to it. You know, so there's pros and cons to that. So we entered the dermacosmetic world. Awesome for our brand, awesome for our company to do that. And then we have expanded that dermacosmetic line in Clinical Solutions. So let's start with that. And I'm going to start with the retinol. It's retinol 0.3, which is a great percentage for you to be able to use daily. It is a daily retinol at night, so once a day at night, and a concentration that's high enough for you to really see results yet low enough that your skin doesn't have to get used to it. You're likely not going to see any irritancy unless you're super sensitive. And this is the gold standard in the skincare world. Retinol. It's a derivative of vitamin A, and it is like the star of the show when it comes to anti-aging ingredients. It does all the things. You want to minimize your fine lines and wrinkles, use a retinol. You want to resurface your skin and improve the texture of your skin, use a retinol. You want to diminish discoloration and dark spots due to sun damage and aging, use a retinol. You want to lift and firm your skin, use a retinol, okay? Now, that doesn't mean you just only use this, because you have to brush your teeth, right? You have to brush your teeth before you whiten them. So you need to use a basic skincare set, which is either Time Wise Repair, Time Wise Miracle Set, our Mary Kay skincare line, our Clear Proof line. Like, you got to use a basic set. You got to brush your teeth. And then this would be like a whitening and getting work done and going to the dentist and like enhancing everything that your basic set is doing for your skin. Okay, so if you haven't tried a retinol, like add a retinol to your system once a day, at night, daily use retinol. Okay, so then that leads me to our resurfacer, because you may be sensitive to a retinol. You may just have sensitivity. Some people do. I'm sorry if you do. But you may have sensitivities. You may be pregnant or nursing, and they just recommend, like, there's so many things you can't use when you're pregnant or nursing. And a lot of that's not because it's necessarily harmful. A lot of it's because it hasn't been studied for the effects that it would have on a pregnant or nursing mom. So you would just pause on this, pregnant or nursing. So if for whatever reason you don't want to or cannot use this, the alternative is a resurfacer. Okay, we're getting into our serum boosters that are very high concentration. Scientific studies have been done on these products, and they're kind of a part of that dermocosmetic gold standard ingredients in the skincare world that are very, very effective. They're very targeted action and high concentration. And so the resurfacer is a PHA and AHA resurfacer. So what are all those letters? They stand for hydroxy acids. So a polyhydroxy acid and an alpha hydroxy acid, which are water soluble, and they are just natural exfoliants. Okay, so they naturally and deeply and gently exfoliate the surface of your skin, and they retexture your skin. And they deeply exfoliate, like breaking the bonds of the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin. Like, you think they would just like naturally slough off, which they do, but they have bonds that need to be like broken down so that the more radiant skin underneath is revealed. And that's what the PHA and AHA do. They are chemical exfoliants that help to resurface your skin. And so that glass skin glow that's very trendy right now in the skincare world, this helps you to achieve it by using that. And so you would use it a couple times a week. It's one of the 4 boosters that sort of stands in its own category, because you're using it like 3 times a week at night. Whereas these you could use twice a day, every day. Okay, the resurfacer kind of is separate. And so you're gonna choose one or the other, retinol or resurfacer, okay? So then let's get into the other 3, okay? So I'll start with the vitamin C and resveratrol. Vitamin C and resveratrol, powerful antioxidants that promote and speed up collagen and elastin production, which slows down as you age. And so a lot of these products are just stimulants to collagen and elastin, that as you age, that production slows down. So we're just trying to like stimulate it and get it going and speed up the cellular turnover that happens very naturally and beautifully when you're young, but not so much when you age. So we're trying to stimulate that. And vitamin C and resveratrol are antioxidants that do that. So then this is a line reducer. This is gonna help with wrinkles and lines. Let me see what time it is. I have to take my daughter to volleyball. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna have to make this in 2 parts because we gotta go to volleyball practice. I'll be back soon. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so where we left off was with our vitamin C and resveratrol, which are powerful antioxidants, which help speed up collagen and elastin. And that, remember, these are targeted action and very solution specific. And so this is directly supporting the reduction of fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, so we left off with that one. Let's move through the rest of these supplements. The next one I want to show you is our brightener. The long name is ferulic and niacinamide brightener. I call it a brightener. Ferulic acid helps to protect your skin from free radicals forming on the surface of your skin. Niacinamide is vitamin B that helps to repair discoloration. And then it also has navy bean extract, which our charcoal mask has. And navy bean extract is a very natural skin brightener. And so this is directly working towards giving you a more even skin tone, which, did you know that an uneven skin tone ages you more than even wrinkles do? Okay, so it brightens your skin, it corrects discoloration and gives you a more even skin tone. Okay, so that's that one. And then here is our HA and ceramide. HA being hyaluronic acid. This is our hydrator that is very specific to helping your skin retain moisture, because hyaluronic acid, it's a humectant that hydrates the surface but also the next layer down. So it's being hydrated from the inside out, which creates this more plump appearance to your skin because it's retaining the hydration. Think of a grape and a raisin. A raisin has lost its hydration, so it's wrinkly and like sunken in, whereas a grape is plump. Okay, so your skin looks more plump when it is well hydrated. It's like it's kind of the foundation of skincare. You could do all the great skincare things, but if it's not hydrated, there's diminishing results with that. So you got to keep your skin hydrated, and this is a great product to do that. So these three you can use twice a day, every day. But remember, the resurfacer is like 3 times a week at night. But these other three, that you can just use them as you desire now to keep your routine simple. Because remember, if you don't have a routine, it doesn't work for your schedule, and it doesn't really work for your routine during the week, you're just not going to do it. So part of it making it work for me is I use them in the morning. So just once a day in the morning, I use these, and then I use my retinol at night. And for my brain, that is just like, it offers a simplicity that helps me to do it. So I hope that helps you too. Use these in the morning, I use this at night. Okay, let's keep moving on. I want to finish out the clinical solutions with a couple more products. We came out with the Dynamic Wrinkle Limiter, maybe a year ago. And this is a facial expression line relaxer. It's lavender, rosemary, and daisy extracts that are just natural relaxers for the skin that help to relax the expression lines around here, like crow's feet area, and then the 11s that can appear right there, and the expression lines in your forehead. It helps relax that skin, which doesn't, when you crease a piece of paper so many times, the crease gets thicker and it gets deeper. So it helps to relax it so that those creases aren't sticking. Okay, so this is a relaxer to be paired with, now this one's not 60% off, but just gotta tell you about it. It's a beautiful pairing with the deep wrinkle filler. Okay, so this is a line relaxer, and then we've got a deep wrinkle filler, which is in the repair line, and you use them in unison, you use them back to back. And the deep wrinkle filler has encapsulated retinol and hyaluronic acid that again helps to like plump those deeper wrinkles. And you can use both of them, but they're like target specific. You wouldn't put this on like a moisturizer everywhere. You're just using it here and here where all those expression lines are. Okay, that's a good one. You can avoid a lot of expense and appointments and needles by using this instead of alternative options, okay? And then final clinical solutions one is the Barrier Restore. And this is our newest clinical solutions product. Barrier cream has become very appealing and trendy in the skincare world. And it's kind of a newer product to hit the skincare line, the skincare scene. And it's cholesterol and fatty lipids and ceramides that help to build, protect, and restore your skin's barrier that is broken down by age and the environment and chemicals and just exposure. And so you're rebuilding that or protecting it or restoring it with this barrier cream. And if you have dry skin or irritated skin or red skin, this is a great solution for you, because that is an indicator that your barrier has already been compromised. If you don't have that, this helps to protect your skin's barrier. Okay, so that's our barrier cream. And I've got 3 more products. So now we're leaving the Clinical Solutions line and we're going back to Time-Wise. This has been a favorite for a long time. It's one of our serums. It's vitamin C plus E. It's one of our only products that has vitamin E in it. And vitamin E helps to stabilize vitamin C, and it helps for vitamin C to be absorbed more effectively. So this is a great serum to use that I use in unison with this. Okay, so I'll put all my boosters on, then I'll do my serums. And then this is Time-Wise Lifting Serum that we've had for a while. This has these botanical extracts. I can never pronounce the names. I'm sorry. It's like my brain can't retain the pronunciation of them. Alpinia, I think. It's 2 botanical extracts that directly in a very targeted action way help to lift and firm your skin and help to repair and restore sagging skin. Okay, so it's a lifting serum. Amazing product that's a part of the repair line. And then last but not least is our repair eye cream. You absolutely have to use an eye cream if you're over 12 years old. And your eyes, the skin around your eyes is very different than the rest of your face. This skin does not have as many oil pores. It's more water-based pores instead of oil-based. That's why you don't, get pimples under your eyes or on your eyelids. The downside of that is that the skin can dry out faster and it's more sensitive. Therefore, it ages faster. Okay, when you lose hydration, wrinkles show up. And so we want to keep this eye area really hydrated. And this is a very emollient eye cream that goes on all over here, and I put it all over my eyelids twice a day. And I actually pull it out to my expression lines too, the crow's feet area. I'll pull that eye cream out to that area. So Time-Wise also has an eye cream, but it's just the repair that is 60% off in June. So if you haven't already, watch my video about the order of application where I go through my morning routine and then evening routine. So check that out. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something new, and get your routine going, my friend. It's the key to using skincare consistently and aging as gracefully as you can and putting your best face forward in life. Hope this was helpful.